Hi everyone, hi Stitchers, and welcome back to my channel if you're a returning viewer, and hi to all my new subscribers. It is so lovely of you to have you here. I think a lot of you came from a shout out from Creatively Yours yesterday, I think, which was so lovely. And yeah, just welcome, really nice to have you here. My name is Kat, I'm from the UK and I currently live in Sweden, and I'm going to be trying to talk a little bit louder than I normally do. Just so it's easier for you guys to hear me. If you see me turning very slowly, kind of a deep red purplish tone, it is because it is boiling here and this light is warm. But I haven't made an update video or any video for over a month, so it is way past time for me to come back and tell you guys what I have been doing. So yeah, so welcome and hi. Just a quick reminder to everyone that I am co-hosting a stitch along of Amy Stewart's Amazing Animal Kingdom. Linda from 144 Hobbies, will be starting on the 1st of August. But anyone is welcome to join in if you're working on the mini, if you're working on one of the quick stitches from this piece. If you don't know what it is a lovely animal themed bookcase charted by Heaven and Earth Designs and drawn and painted by the lovely Amy Stewart. This is another of her designs. This is the World Travel Bookshelf, but not stitched. This is a jigsaw puzzle I did last year that we have framed above the dining room table. And all of this mess is everything I'm going to show you today. Okay, so let's get started. So I've had a couple of interesting and exciting FFOs. So the first, no, FOs, but this is an FFO. That means a fully finished object. So this is Beacon at Daybreak. Oh, the light's really excited. Beacon at Daybreak by Dimensions Gold Petites. And as you can see, I framed it myself. I got this frame from Etsy, a lovely store. I'll link them in the description. And then this is a Stamperia card making paper, the first layer, then orange cardstock, and then obviously the picture. And I laced it and everything, so I'm very proud of this one. This is actually on my desk usually, so I can see it every day. Let's see if I can, there we go, brilliant. And I'll go get my rest of my finishes. So the next finish not the next finish that I did, but the next finish that I'm going to show you is also an FFO. And this is Sweater Weather by Mill Hill. Look at that shine. I had so much fun making this. It was so portable and easy to just pick up and take with me. And I love it so much. I really do. So this is a separate layer. It's, don't know if I can show you, but it's a separate layer of perforated paper that you have to cut up and stick on and baste on with sewing thread first. I finished it off with felt and the magnet, and I also, from the leftovers, corded my own thread so that I can hang this on a tree if I so desire. But right now it lives on the fridge because I like to see it every day, even though it's not winter at all. I just can't believe how fast I managed to stitch this up. It was 3 strands of thread, DMC thread, over 14 count Ada. So it was Ada, not Ada, 14 count perforated paper. And then all of the beads, everything was in the kit except for the felt, which I bought separately. I also finished off 3 cards for my calendar. So the first one was June, and you saw me start this in my Mania starts. I have also finished July, which is now. Today is the 24th of July, and it's this lovely lighthouse with some sunflowers. And then finally there is August, which is again sea themed. It's got a sand dollar, a shell, a little seagull, and then some waves. So had a lot of fun doing those. As you may know, during Mania I started a lot of small projects and I finished quite a lot of them, so you're going to see a lot of small finishes. But this one here is a Biscord New from Cross Stitcher magazine, which I used to have a subscription to. I no longer do. And I need to FFO it. It was a lot of fun to stitch, even though there's a lot of colour changes. There are supposed to be French knots in the middle here, but they do in fact get covered up by the button. So I didn't really feel like it was worth putting the French knots on there just to put a button on top. but otherwise it is completely as the pattern requires. A couple of my stitches came loose, so the back is not the prettiest, for obvious reasons. And when I was doing the back stitching, I snipped 2 of the single stitch somehow with my scissors, so I had to go back and fix that. But otherwise, I think, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it, and I think it looks good, and it's a thumbs up from me. It's in my 4th finish of the month. Then we have this piece I made for my dad. It's called You're My Cup of Tea. I call it Hearty. And it's a, I think, Valentine's card from Doreen Jones, also in the cross stitcher. And I knew one thing. I added shiny thread, étoile, to the heart in the same colour. I really enjoyed stitching this. I honestly, like, this was a blast. I don't know what it was about it. Like, this is all white stitches. I don't know if it's the grayscale. I don't know if it's just Doreen's charting is really fun, but I really enjoyed doing this and I think it looks fantastic. I'm going to be putting it in a magnet. I'm going to cut a magnet to minus a piece of paper to about this size, a bit bigger probably, and then send it off. That's my plan. Final finish is a biscuit. This is the biscuit that someone has eaten, and it's a jammy dodger. And this was another free gift from the Cross Stitcher magazine. I actually really enjoyed this. It was a great piece to take out with me. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. Sorry, it was a great piece to take out with me because all of the, like, once I did all the browns out here, it was just fill in with tan and red, and I could figure that out. So I just took it with me when I had like a doctor's appointment. But I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it next. I'm thinking there's 2 biscuits in the same kit, so I'm thinking of doing the other one. I think it's this way around. I'm just gonna keep turning it round and round. I'm thinking about doing the other one and then making it a 2-sided pin cushion. The original purpose of the kit is as coasters, which I did briefly consider, but I don't want to get it tea stained. We'll see, I haven't decided. I'm going very red, I warned you. All right, so try and get some normal colour back. Let's move on to whips. So I have done a lot, as you can imagine. I actually did film vlog style for the first 3 weeks after Mania, and then I couldn't figure out how to finish the vlog. So I kept going, and then I was like, none of this is usable anymore. So I might cut in some vlog footage if it's useful. The first whip that I'm going to show you is my Heaven and Earth design, Unicorn Valley of the Waterfalls, supersized story keep, Max Colors 1. Good morning guys and welcome back to my channel. It is Monday the 24th of May, and I think every day for the rest of this week I will be putting in 100 stitches into this piece. So it's got about 180 colours I think, and I actually managed to do a row finish. I can't see what you can see. Brilliant. So I actually managed to finish the second row now. Isn't that awesome? So I stitched on it every day for 150 stitches until I was probably here-ish. And then I realised I really don't enjoy working that way, and I just stitched on it monogamously until the row was finished. It was my secondary goal to finish this row. My first was to finish a bunch of smalls, so I didn't feel as guilty when I started Amazing Animal Kingdom, because I'm doing that as these supersized Max Colors. So needed to have some space in the whip tray, but I'm just in love with the beauty of this piece. I think it's fantastic. It's a bit too orange. I feel like I've been stitching orange and pink for the last year, so it's going to be weird putting it aside. So I'm putting this away for now. But it is a weird feeling, to be sure, because yeah, I've stitched on this every day, or pretty much every week at least, since I started it in May 2020. This is 2/1 on 25 count, called for DMC, and the artist is Jan-Patrick Krasny. Also, I posted a picture of my back on the Heaven and Earth Designs, and I got attacked by people who felt like my back was too neat. I'm sorry, people who feel like my back is too neat. I like it. I think people tend to feel like you're telling them their back should be neat by having a neat back, and then they get really offended. I don't really understand why. So this is an Andriana kit. This is sea stories. As you know, I have an obsession with the sea, or you might not know if you're new, but everything I stitch tends to have either animals or water in it. There's a few exceptions, and some of them you'll see today, but usually. But yeah, so this is Sea Stories. And I stitched a little bit of the green book. So last time I showed this to you, we didn't have any pages and we didn't have any green book. So I think I just worked on it for 2 hours, just finishing off the pages. It's hard because you can't mark off this chart because it is a colour chart. So it's a little harder to know where you are. Here is one of those exceptions. There are no animals in this piece. So I have done my first cranic stitches here. I cannot explain to you how glittery they are. I'm just going to try and move my camera to see if it'll pick it up. They are so glittery. I can see why people love them. I still don't know if I'm doing it right, so I've sent a picture to Linda. Essentially, I'm using one strand as it comes off the bobbin. You can split it, I think, into 3 or 4, but it felt too thin, so I went with this, which is one of these. Bloop. Yeah, real glittery. We got the stamp of approval from my friend Linda. So I did another couple of stitches with the acrylic, and then obviously I filled in a little bit more of the brown. So that's 2 hours worth of work. Actually, 2 hours yesterday and 2 hours today. And it is looking a lot more fleshed out now. I think this here at the top left is the beginning of the really white section on her knee. Here. And this is Mirabilia's Royal Holiday, a Christmas queen. I am planning on stitching all of these queens. So this is just the first one. Then I picked up my Innocent Guardian by Dimensions. And I gave myself 2 hours to work on the fawn. It's not finished yet, obviously. Nothing ever is. But I did get quite a lot. Oh gosh, how am I going to show this to you? A lot of the fawn in her arms done. So I feel like I could finish the fawn next time I pick this up, probably. But what I did realise was that I think I prefer having one project to focus on a week and to have a goal with that project. And so that's kind of what I've been trying out this month here in July. So obviously Unicorn Ballet was my focus piece until I finished the row, and now I've picked up allotment. Apologies for the threads everywhere. This is threads that I need to end, but my partner was asleep at the time, and the Lowry frame squeaks when I turn it over, so I try not to. But this is what it looks like so far. So when I started, I had this without the lazy daisies and this little dude. I've added backstitch to the dude and all of this. This is all white here. This house is going to be blue and this house yellow. And then filling in the sky. This is actually a full coverage piece from World of Cross Stitching, but I am changing it a lot, though I haven't changed anything yet. I will be replacing these apples with padded satin stitch, so I'll be stitching over the cross stitches. There is a watering can here that I will be making with, forgotten the word. Anyway, I'm adding a bunch of specialty stitches. And this doesn't have water in it either, but this isn't for me, this is a present for my cousin. Oh, and this awesome needle minder is from Etsy, and I will link the shop down below. They're fantastic. They're fully metal with paint and gems on, and they just hold your needles so well. I have 2 of them, they're fantastic. They will hold. I think they'll probably hold your scissors, but I don't have any scissors here, so. Worked on 2 more whips, and then I'm free. So my focus piece for June was Slithering Crest for my friend who did watch the Mania vlog and was like, "You're making that for me, aren't you? Aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." You're not supposed to watch it. This is actually still on the hoop, so I'm just going to pop it off the hoop. I don't know why it was on the hoop. I probably thought I was going to get back to it the next day and never did. My goal was to finish this by her birthday. Probably not going to happen now. But that's how far I got. And I actually managed also to import this pattern into Pattern Keeper. So I'm a lot happier to work on it now. It's a lot easier to work on. This is a pattern from Etsy, but unfortunately the seller has removed their store. I'm guessing because of copyright issues. This won't be licensed by Warner Brothers. But I didn't know about copyright when I bought it. Also, there are no real Harry Potter licensed cross stitchings. Sorry, I should say this is stitched on 14 count black Ada with the called for colours, and mostly, I think all of it's 2/1 and the back stitching is either 1 or 2/1. And a little bit of couching, I did a little bit of couching here because the black was moving. But yeah. A lot of blended threads in that project. Just a lot of blended threads. The final whip is Peaceful Stream by Dimensions. There we go. There's a lovely house with a little stream, water and animals. And I only worked on this for, I think, 4 or 6 hours. Unicorn Valley has taken up pretty much all of my time. But this is how far I am. So I added a lot of trunk here, and lots of leaves. I'm really looking forward to doing this. It's a lot bigger than you expect when you see the picture. But that's one of the things I love about Dimensions, is just how wonderful they are. This is on kit fabric and kit threads. I think it's 16 count Dove Grey Ada. And yeah, just loving this piece. It's very tranquil compared to the rest of my pieces, which is good. Sometimes you need a little bit of a break. That was fast, that was only 20 minutes. So now we come to haul. So we can't go on vacation because obviously, you know, the world. So I have maybe been spending some of our vacation money on cross stitch. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not saying it's definitely true. It is possible. So let me rearrange my stuff and I will be back in a moment. Hello again. So the first major bit of haul, I will have to use my muscles to show you, is this metal trolley from IKEA. It's lovely, and I'm keeping it by my whips, or by my working spot, or in my crafty corner, or whatever you want to call it, to hold all of my scissors and threads and chart when I'm not working, so I can just roll it away and keep the area nice and tidy. But because it's magnetic, I've also stuck a bunch of magnets to it. So my needle minders, my friend was so lovely and made me a epoxy resin teardrop with some flowers in and some glitter. So I made this to hold my needle threader, and then I stuck a magnet on it, but I didn't want to stick a magnet on the teardrop, so I just stuck it here so it can stick to my trolley. I have a bunch of magnets for all my pieces, so for example Unicorn Valley has one, just so I can keep an eye on what's in focus and stuff for me. It's been a wonder. Then obviously I bought all of the DMC for the first page of Amazing Animal Kingdom. So when I say first page, I bought all of the colours that were used in the first page, but in this number of skeins for the whole pattern. It'll be way more than enough because I'm doing it on a small account and I'm not doing 2/1, so I should have enough. And some of it came from my stash. And what I did was I put one thread or one skein in each baggie to make sure that it will fit in the box. And the duplicates I put in this huge bag. So hopefully it'll work out. And to go with that, I bought a giant piece of Easy Guide. Or Easy Count, sorry, from Zweigart. So again, same project, and they were lovely, and they were stuck some 18 count white in there too. Because no cross-stitch purchase ever travels alone, and because I was having so much fun with my sweater weather, I also bought berry jam, which is another Mill Hill kit with jam. So it can be my summer accompaniment. It has a lot more colours of beads, but I really enjoyed the beading, so I'm excited. So that was all from Casa Cenina, which is an Italian cross-stitch store. I am trying to keep in Europe. It's not gone well. There was a My Bobbin sale, so I have 2 packages from My Bobbin, and 123 Stitch had a dimensions kit that I wanted, so there's also a package from America coming to me in the mail. When they get here, I will show you those as well. I also have to have a disclaimer. This isn't all I have. This is just what I've chosen to show you. I have a lot more haul from the last 3 months in a box, and I will show you a little bit at a time because otherwise it would be embarrassing. Just clarifying. So then, Linda's 144 hobbies. I think that's it. It's either 144 or 114, and I'm fairly sure it's 12 times 12. So she told us about this store called Broderikorgen, or embroidery basket, which is new. She just linked it to me. She didn't say, you know, go out and spend all your money, but I went out and spent all my money. So I already had this chart. I already had this. I did not buy this. I bought this on eBay. So I decided to buy all of the beads and treasures and Krynic to go with this chart. And then Laura Corbett brought out a new mermaid, and this is Twisted Mermaids. And so I bought not only the embellishment pack, got all those purples and greens. Those are my favourite colours and my favourite colour combination. But I also bought from the same store the water lilies that they had in stock and the Krynic. They didn't have 1 water lily and 3 Krynics, I think, for this pattern. 2 Krynics, and they did have all the water lilies. So I will be ordering those, probably with some Mill Hill kits. Speaking of Mill Hill kits, I found this one on eBay. No. Yes, I found this one on eBay, and I found, when I was ordering the specialty threads, I found this one on broderikorgen, so I decided to get them both, so they would look nice together. And now I'm obsessed with beading Mill Hill kits, so I might have to join in on a Mill Hill Monday. But as you know, as I just said, I don't like having different projects quite often. I like seeing significant progress, so I don't think Mill Hill Monday's for me, but I might have to join in at least once. Then my mother-in-law, or my family-in-law, sorry, very kindly got me a birthday present, which is Mare and Foal by Dimensions. It's very autumnal. And then I found on eBay for, there's a story behind this one, as you can clearly see by the fact that it's in a baggie. So I found this one, which is Cherry Blossom Creek, which is a companion to Japanese Garden, I think, by Dimensions. So Dimensions Gold Collection. And I have written on it, beware stinks, because it smells of cat pee and smoke. So when I bought this, I bought it for £25. And then the lady contacted me and she said, oh, there's a stain on the fabric, I've just noticed it. Of course I won't want to sell it to you like this. I'll just send you the fabric and the threads in the chart, which she did. But I don't know what was wrong with her sense of smell. They genuinely smelled horrific. But I cut off the threads and washed them several times in cold soapy hand soap water. So they're all here. And then I contacted Dimensions because the smell was just not coming out of the chart. And I said, I have this chart and this piece, but a cat has peed on it and I can't use it. And they were very kind, and with the proof of ownership, they sent me the PDF. So I will probably be stitching this one fairly soon because I have gone to the trouble of having floss bags for it. But yeah, that was an interesting evening. It did put me off eBay a little bit. But I bought this one on eBay, and this one didn't smell bad, so 3 more. So this is, hang on, let me get this out of the bag. I'm not getting the other one out the bag for obvious reasons. This is the Sheep Sampler by Flower and Friends Stitching Club, Elizabeth Designs. And isn't it just lovely? Isn't it so cute? And it's actually, I got this on eBay, it's kitted with Soie de la Vie silks, all in floss bags. I didn't do that, it came like this, with the fabric, and even with a little Mill Hill treasure. I'm so excited. And it's got whisper thread too for the sheep, I think. And it has specialty threads and specialty stitches, and I'm excited. It looks really cute. That one. I also bought a Sunset Jiffy pattern, which are the quick stitches from Dimensions, from before they were called Dimensions. And this is Good Fortune. It is stitched on 14 count Aida with obviously a variety of thread counts, and also Kreinik for braiding. I don't know if it's Kreinik, it just says metallic thread. Could be anything. But I like these little Jiffy ones. They're good for weekend trips. Not that we go anywhere anymore. And finally, I found this chart being sold on a Swedish website. It is started. They've done about 3 stitches in red in the middle. And that's it. So this is from Better Homes and Gardens, and it's called Santa's Wishlist. I actually already have this pattern in the book that they put out. 100 best patterns from Better Homes and Gardens, I think, something like that. But I was excited to get everything in a kit format. So who knows when I'll start this, but I have it and I've wanted to stitch it, so. And that is all of the haul, look at that. So that's almost less than 40 minutes, right? That's not too bad. I didn't have any questions on my last video, except to clarify that my Heaven and Earth design is 25 count. It is 2/1 full cross. It's not too bulky at all. I think the neatness of my back has something to do with that. I think the fact that I'm very diligent with making sure there's not too much bulk on the back means there isn't too much bulk when you're pushing the needle through as well, but who knows. Yes, I got into an argument with someone on Facebook. I know you're not supposed to do that, on fractionals. It was a very, very, what's the word? Nice argument. We weren't mean. We weren't yelling at each other. We were just discussing fractionals. But in my head and how I was always taught, and by taught I mean read from kits, is that if the lower leg is still underneath the top leg, even when you're doing fractionals. And they thought it looked neater if your top leg was always your full cross. So let me know in the comments down below how you do it so we can have arguments. This is from the Heritage Stitchcraft kits, and yeah, I think that's everything. Let me know if I've forgotten anything, or ask questions if you're confused about anything down below. Hi, I'm Kat and I'm a Dimensions collector. It's becoming a problem. And stay happy, stay stitching, and stay safe, everyone. It's lovely of you to drop by, and I hope that we can visit again soon, because I really enjoy making these videos. I just don't enjoy editing them. But yeah, so this has been Cat Talks. My name is Kat. This is the place where I talk pretty much always about cross stitch at this point, and I hope you have a fantastic day. So the absolutely wonderful guys at work bought me this bouquet of flowers. They looked a lot better before I banished them to the balcony. It's 30 degrees here, so they're going through water like crazy. I've just topped it up, but unfortunately a little bit too late for these guys. But I had to banish it to the balcony because I have really severe hay fever. So when they were inside, I woke up and it was like the universe was trying to murder me. But they're such gorgeous colours. I mean, I love these little tiny blue ones. Hello. And these and the roses, just so vibrant. Such a vibrant bouquet.